now that I'm not working quite as hard as I used to, and I've got some time on my hands, I'm going to share some of the stories I've collected over the years about my real estate career. Sorry about my voice. It's not COVID. It's not a cold. It's just allergies and bronchitis probably. But anyway, this was probably 35 years ago, and I'd been in the business for 4 or 5 years. I worked in an area which, if you know where Harry Hines is, it's full of office warehouse, office showroom, but also strip clubs. And one of the guys that was a big buyer of warehouses out there would purchase them and then turn them into a strip club. And I asked him why he did that. He said, those guys pay cash every month on the first day of the month. Said, I never have to worry about them paying. So when I told him about this building, he said, yeah, I'll take a look at it. We went and looked at it, and he said, hey, I like it. Let's go ahead and make an offer. So we got it under contract, and then I found out there was something quirky about the deal, and I can't remember what it was. This was so long ago, but I started having real concerns that Ed wouldn't be able to close on it. So I had two options. I could keep my mouth shut, not say anything, and he's a big boy. He's a very wealthy investor, and it's not my responsibility to advise him. He has more money than I'll ever have. But I decided, no, I can't do that. As much as I need this money, and it might kill this deal, I have to tell Ed that I think there's some hair on this, and there's a good chance that it might not close, or he's not going to want to close it, and he's going to lose his earnest money. So I made that call on pins and needles, and he said, I'm not worried about it. I'm going to buy it anyway. So we got to the closing, and back then it was called a simultaneous close. The buyers and the sellers closed in the same room at the title company. Terrible idea, because that's where you get into arguments. If you're the agent, you've got two people looking at you thinking, well, he's making a good commission. Let's take something out of his hide on this deal. We don't do that anymore now. They don't have simultaneous closings, but they got to the point where Ed said, well, I'm not going to buy it. And I said, well, Ed, remember, you've got your earnest money up. The title company's not going to release it unless the seller gives them permission. And Ed said, I'm not going to worry about it. So we walked out. The deal never closed. A couple of days later, he quit returning my calls. So that really bothered me because I had done the right thing. And being me, I decided I'm going to go confront him on this. So I walked into his office and I said, Ed, I want you to know I warned you beforehand that this could be a problem. And I said, you got to be careful how you proceed on this deal. And his reply was, look, you cost me money on this deal. And as far as I'm concerned, I don't do business with agents that cost me money. And he said, in fact, I wouldn't buy the Empire Building from you for $1. My real estate buddies all love that line. But anyway, what it did do is it clarified my morals in this business. I knew I'd done the right thing, and that gave me the confidence. If I'm that strapped for money, and Ron and I were pretty much flat broke, I'm always going to do the right thing. So never did sell a building to him. It was just something, a little reminder to me that I would always do the right thing and never put my interest above anybody else's.